Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? The other day, in my last video, we started talking about cancer, and because it's a big problem globally, and I thought we are going to be discussing this condition. There are various types of it, so we're going to take them in chunks, as I said before. So today, I want us to look at the signs and symptoms, some of the signs and symptoms. And let me say something before I list some of these signs and symptoms. They are going to be similar to other signs and symptoms. So not when you get these signs and symptoms, you think, oh, I've got the big C. No, it's some of the things that you may keep having, and then you have to go and check yourself out and do an investigation to confirm. Most signs and symptoms for different diseases are similar. So let us have that in mind as I list this. I have 10 that I'm going to discuss today. But please, when you have any of these, don't panic, don't worry. The best thing is to go and check it out, because it can be the same signs and symptoms for other conditions. Yeah, so I thought I needed to say this before I go on. So number one of those signs and symptoms of possible cancer or other type of health condition is pain, persistent pain, especially bone pain. It can hurt from the beginning. If you have a cancer of the bone, your bone may start hurting from the beginning. So if you have constant pain in your bones, please go and check it out. Do an investigation to make sure to rule out cancer or to rule out any other condition. It may not be anything. It may be that you have banged yourself or your part of your body somewhere without even knowing it. So let's have an open mind regarding these signs and symptoms, but there are just things that may point you to thinking, there may be a problem here. Then you go and check it out. Until you go and check yourself out and get diagnosed, there's no need reaching into any conclusion. Okay, so number one is pain. Number two is weight loss, especially when you're not trying to lose weight and suddenly you start losing weight for no reason. You're not cutting down on what you are eating. You're not trying to lose any weight for any reason, and then suddenly there's gradual or even sudden weight loss. That's not a good sign. So you have to go and check yourself out. Number three is fatigue. Fatigue is getting tired easily. You are easily tired, even after resting. You have to check yourself out. Again, fatigue can be a sign of various other things. So check it out to rule out any condition that is making you to feel tired. It may well just be because maybe you didn't sleep well or you've overworked yourself. That's why you're tired. So fatigue can be a sign of anything, but if it continues and even after resting you're still feeling tired and fatigued, please check it out. Number four is change in your skin. If there's any maybe patches or some changes in your skin and you've noticed that this is not how your skin used to be, there's some skin changes, maybe redness, maybe just any kind of change. You know what your skin normally looks like. If there's sudden change in your skin texture or anything at all that is a change in your skin, don't neglect it, don't ignore it. Make sure that you check it out to ensure that it's nothing. Okay, number five is persistent cough or hoarseness in your voice. You're coughing persistently, and when you talk, it's not the way you normally talk. There's some hoarseness in your voice. Then, and it's not normal for you. Some people it's normal for them to have that kind of voice, but if it's not normal for you and something that just started happening, then please check it out to make sure that everything is okay. So that's number five. Number six is you have lump in various parts of your body, or in any part of your body you experience lump. For women, maybe breast lump. For men, lump in your private areas or any part of your body, neck, under your arm, anywhere at all. If you notice any lump of any kind, don't ignore it. Make sure that you get it checked out. Okay, so that's number six. And number seven is any change in your bowel movement. Either you're going so frequent, and it's very loose, and it's not normal for you to be like that. Maybe, yeah, maybe you may eat something and you have a loose bowel movement, but when it's consistent and then maybe mixed with blood, don't ignore it. Any change in your bowel movement, especially when you start noticing some blood or trickles of blood in it, please do not delay. Check it out and rule out anything, any serious condition such as cancer. But 8 is unsure of any bleeding. Suddenly you start bleeding, maybe for a woman who is not you are older woman and you stop your menstruation, and then you start noticing that you're bleeding, or even people who are still at that age, but it's not the time, the period when you are supposed to be bleeding, and it happens on and off. For childbearing women, it may not be anything, but especially for people who are older and no longer supposed to be having their period, and they start having periods intermittently, please, it's very, very important that you check this out. Or maybe any discharge or anything like that. I'm talking of women now. Yes, please check it out. Don't ignore it. There's possibility it may not be anything, but if you check things out, you have rest of mind that it's nothing, and then you can get on with your life. So don't ignore any symptoms. Number 9, you have problem with eating. Either you don't feel hungry as you used to be, or you have difficulty swallowing, or you eat very little and you're full, or you feel very bloated easily. Again, it may not be anything major, but please check it out to make sure that everything is okay. Number 10, and the last one I have for today, is fever. Again, fever, as you know, can be a sign of 100 and so many things, really. It can be a sign of so many health conditions, or even nothing, but you're just feeling hot, but you have to check it out. If you're having fever consistently, and there's nothing to really say, maybe you've done you check your malaria malaria parasite, there's nothing, you don't have malaria, you don't have any need to have fever, please check it out. It may be nothing, but it's always good to check out. So I've listed 10 things here that we need to bear in mind. Pain, especially bone pain, weight loss, fatigue, change of color in your skin, persistent cough and coarseness in your voice, lump in any part of your body that is not supposed to be there, change in your bowel movement, unusual bleeding or discharge, eating problems when you normally don't have a good appetite and you start having eating problem or change in your appetite. And the last one is fever. Make sure you check these things out. They may be possible signs of cancer, or they may not be anything. But the one thing about cancer is if it's caught early, you can have 100% treatment. But when you delay going to check things out, that's when it becomes a problem. It may be there and start, you don't even know because you haven't checked it out. So the most important thing, first is to check things out and rule out that there's nothing, that is not anything serious. I'm going to stop this one here, and next time we'll look into different area of this cancer that we're going to be discussing for the next few videos. We'll be dealing with different things about cancer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next one. Goodbye and God bless.